Well, hello, rubber ducks. Welcome to another exciting grand adventure of coding. Today we're back in the new studio, upstairs, snugly nestled in the corner of the mudroom. We're going to be back to working on Slim Reaper, our game created for Ludum Dare 52, using a JavaScript game engine that I extracted from ChatGPT in a painstaking, excruciating process that took weeks. Ah, our focus today will be on finishing the game save and reloads. I should say finishing, getting that up and running. I'm still working on picking which colors of lights to use. So yesterday was very red. Today I think I went a little overkill on the green, going the other way. So we'll keep tweaking that as we go. I'll rewatch this later, see how it looks, because on both of my cameras it looks great. But on my phone, never seems to work out the same. Anyhow, let's get started. Go ahead, grab yourself a drink of hot cocoa, and let's get this going. All right. I also have here some wonderful pizza from Walmart just to satiate my appetite. Okay, it was actually my wife's appetite, but she's not going to eat a whole pizza. Pizza and hot cocoa, maybe not the best mix, but we'll survive. Oh, I'll survive. And we have water. Okay. After consulting with the only JavaScript consultant you ever need, ChatGPT, it's only wrong like, I don't know, 5% of the time or so, in my experience so far. I mean, he's only like wrong. Anyhow, so here's the gist of how this is going to work. Up here at the top, we have a save function. We'll pass in a file name. Creates an array of save data and goes through all the entities in the game. If they have a save load component, I'm actually going to change that to a save component because it's not actually responsible for loading. So let's just fix that right now. If they have a save component, that means they also have to have implemented a save function for that entity. I thought about putting the function on the component. Somebody has messed with my camera and all you can see is my eyeballs. There, that's better. So I was thinking about attaching it, but it's going to be all entities of this type get saved or not, I presume. So I'm just currently planning on adding a save function to the constructor, and you also have to register that entity with the or that entity type, I guess, with the engine, including passing in a load function so that if it ever has to load it from a save file, that can work. Okay, so let's move. That's a good touch. Sorry. Down here. Oh, then it pushes the entry into the save data, serializes the whole save data array, and stores that in local storage at the file name. So then for the load game function, we're going to open the file name from local storage, deserialize the data. If there is no data, we're just going to return. So save data equals json.parse serialized data. Then for the entity data of the saved data, we go through each entity's data. This I need to actually strip out of here. Oh, this function is actually well, where am I? This is the old reload. Okay, so this isn't quite how it's going to work either. I might not have finished padding this out yet. White light causes glare. It's annoying. To me. Okay, it's up here. This is the function or flow we're supposed to be going through. Let's create entity from save data. If there's no constructor, it says there's no constructor registered for this entity type. Otherwise, it goes through, it applies the arguments to the constructor. And then we go through and we rebuild any components that have extra information that has been appended onto them. Use my brain here. Hey, look, I'm live. And now I can see my chat. YouTube integration for OBS is broken, by the way, in Linux. The chat flakes out and only works half the time. So I finally quit using it. Okay, so theoretically, this should all work. And we can get rid of that. That's all there is to it. About as straightforward as we can be. This is our old load function, so we can just well, I don't want to delete that just yet because it has all my logic that I currently use to rebuild everything. I'm basically going to move all this rebuild logic onto the entity level so that once this save load system, it's not really a system technically because it doesn't have update that runs on a regular basis. But once the save load is finished, this can not be edited. So you'll just edit the entity types that you want to save, and that's better, I think. And I may actually do it slightly different than I have listed out here still. I may not use the regular constructor. I may use like a deserialize function that I call on it. I mean, you'll pass whatever function you want, right? So I may just standardize as like a serialize and deserialize function instead of calling them save and load or whatever they are. At the end of the day, basically you just have to tell the system how you want to serialize and deserialize data. So unfortunately, serialize. It's a better name, right? I think so. And the deserialize, you can call it whatever you want, because you're passing that function to it. Yeah, I see no reason to do it any other way, unless somebody else does. And I'm open to comments and suggestions. So this is basically done. You just have to go back. See how badly it breaks everything. Just have to go back down here. Down to the bottom. For our save. Well, how do we do? Did we have a function here for save and load game? I think that was here at the bottom of the world. Or the game file. Calculate, repair. Upgrade by fuel, blah, blah, blah. Fuel, set damage. Save. Save load dot save. Game. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do some things through our system, but for now we'll just have our save load dot save. We'll pass it. We'll actually pass it to game. We pass it the file name, which up here we have a file name that we've been using. For the moment, I will keep that as a static thing. Don't say there's nothing good about this text editor. Does one thing nicely. Okay. So there's save function. Game.clear level. This needs to be redefined also. Yeah, it needs to be redefined a lot. So we need to redefine clear level. Let's throw that somewhere, maybe in our notes down here. Controls for music and sound. That still needs to be done. Let's see, can you, yeah, you fix UI, get gas, can spray, add corn. No, that's all stuff that I have in my other doc. So update clear level, and I need to rethink how the initial level generation and all that works, because currently it's a bit rubbish. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Save load, load game. Again, don't need to know the game because the game is past, well, it's available to the save load system. So for our load game, we only need the save file. Serialize. Dot add entity. There we go. Good. Might have to go grab some more pizza. It's actually really good. Chicken Alfredo. A really nice amount of rosemary or thyme, one of those two. I never can remember which tastes like which, but good. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, back over here. We're loading to our file name. Not to there. Okay. And it's a lame way to do it, but it works. All right. Okay, theoretically, should be able to save and load. Now, nothing's going to happen except we're going to clear the level. We also have this other function we need to deal with, the clear level function and the restart. That's a weird combination, by the way. But my water's all the way over there. You can't reach it with my right hand. Okay. Let's reload and see what shenanigans ensue. We have an error. It says save load, line 6. Missing declaration after export. That makes a difference. And line 96 expected. Token identifier, line 96. Really? Oh, it's just function here because I copied these in from something that didn't know they were part of a bigger thing. Let's name it a dot operator 108. Yeah, that's the thing. Ambiguous indirect export of game. Who did I export game from? Engine. Just an engine export game. Oh, game's not an engine. That's right. You gotta export the game from the right place. It does indeed make a difference. Okay. I've added these highlighting things just to make my life easier for the time being. And those will go away, I promise, eventually. Actually, I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I might do a highlighted background on the whole thing. Maybe with partial transparency. Okay, so we should be able to save. We should be able to load. Oh, we got all kinds of errors when we tried to load. I didn't need a reference. Thanks, though. Load.js data is not defined. 127. 127. There we go. Save. Okay. Good. Oh, there they go. Yeah. Okay. From save data is not defined. 128. Well, what did I name the function then? Create entity from save data. Looks defined to me. Looks quite defined to me. Huh. Oh, because it's this dot. I make that mistake sometimes. What are we going on about now? Oh, there we go. Entities is not defined. Number 97. Number 97. Entity of entities. Wait, no. Entity equal. Oh, because I supposed to make an array of entities. That was ChatGPT's idea. Ah, you still there, ChatGPT? You remember our previous discussion? Yes. Don't be jealous. I rubber ducked with ChatGPT earlier. They wanted me to make an array of entities. So the ID equals 0. Okay, create entities from save data, let entity equal entities. Hmm. So here's the issue. Entities is a set. Is it, or is it a map? Yeah, entities is a set. Okay. Oh. How do I check? Is there a best way to set for an unique ID? Oh, you can convert the set to an array and then use the array.filter method to filter elephants. uh, this, okay. I think I just start out storing it as an array or a map. With the unique ID stored. Yeah, so if the save load system basically stores our map, the reason we need the map of unique with the unique IDs is so we can connect anything back together. Like if you have two node components where this entity and this entity are tied together somehow. Yeah, then you need that. So let's go back up here to our previous discussion. Stick this in here. Okay, and now when we're loading in entities, down here, start by setting entity ID to 0. Okay. Yeah, we're going to say equals 0. And then we will reset the map to 0 if it wasn't already. Then when we come through here, okay. Basically, we're going to create all the entities first. Then we'll loop through and add them to the game. Once we've created them and done any linking that we need to do. So first we create everything. Build all the entities. Any update. We're going to be a little bit more broad than that. We're going to update any components. So first we create them all, then we update all the components. That will include the linking. So I'm doing the components here, but we actually want to do that. No, we're just going to do any linking. Just going to have to special case it because it's just the way this is. Don't have a creative way to get around it. So update the component, update any links. And loop through all the entities and add them to the game. So that part's easy. basically we're going to say if and then I'll think through that at future time. Don't delete all that. Okay. Yeah, that's all taken care of there. So we'll get new unique IDs and we can deal with that later. Doing a lot of dealing with stuff later, aren't I? And we'll set it up on a case-by-case basis. I'm debating adding serialized functions to any components that I want to serialize. It's more work up front, but it's less work at the end of the day. Or it's more robust way to do it. Okay, did we fix the problem that we ran into in the first place? The reason we're here? I believe we did. Nope. Right, you stop now. Save load, entities is not defined, number 99. We did, we just didn't. Well, we still have to add load, say file name. We don't need to deal with the IDs here. We're getting the ID from the entity. So up here, we don't have this. That's not a thing. I need to make sure We are okay. Serialized data. Save. Next. Entity ID. We're not using that. Ooh. Just identities. Deserialize the data. Okay. E equals ID. D. And anything else I need to store with the entity? I might need to store any other. We're gonna assume there's not. Everything should be there. In fact, we can just push the entity. We don't need to put it in here because I can just say I can look up the IDs from here. You don't know. Let's actually do it as a map. It'll be easier. Yeah, this will be easier. So we'll look up the entity by the ID. Looks like it's you and me, Edgar. For now. I'm watching on my phone because that's how I have my chat show up, and it shows up as one viewer. Okay, so entity.push ID entities ID. Okay, that is good. So then here, when we're connecting these, we'll have access. So we'll connect the parent. Any nodes. Basically just has to look up, because those are actually supposed to be links to the actual node. I can show you over here in the nodes. Nodes is in a wacky place. It's in movement. Basically, we need to have any attachments. The nodes are, or the parent is the actual object, and then also in the list of nodes, the children are actual objects that need to be linked to. Okay. So that is about all we want to do there. This should now run, I believe. Except I 132. Got ahead of myself. Didn't delete or didn't do all the things I needed to. Okay, here we go. Is this it? I mean, it filed, if you want to call it that. No. Save load, line 100. What's it missing? Deconstructors. Okay, we haven't made that yet. But we do need to make that too, and that needs to be deconstructors is going to be just in a Entity constructors is a map. Or just an object. It's basically a map. Same difference, really. So now entity constructors is just key value pairs of object and a name. Yeah. So now I just have to. Was that 99? 101. And oh, we're good. Okay. There are no entity constructors registered yet, and that's okay. I don't think I even happened to save the register or make the register function. So that would have made too much sense. Let's go above there. Can't wait to get that functionality moved. So I can get rid of all that code. Okay, get rid of all that. It's just notes for me. Okay, we have, yeah, it's just our different object types that we had before. Syntax error missing export a declaration after export keyword line 12. Oh, yeah, there we go. Save load dot register entity constructor. That's a mouthful. Now what? Save load 82 registered. No constructor registered for entity type. What entity types did it save? Shouldn't be anything here for it to go on about. It's doing it anyway, though. Interesting. That is interesting. No constructor registered for entity type. Let's see what. See undefined. Let entity equal this dot entities. Also, it's checking to see if the entity already exists. That's smart. Except it doesn't really work the way we've defined this whole system to work. So we can ignore that, or we can refactor that a little bit more. Okay, say data. Entity from the same data. Let entity equal this dot entities. Say data ID. Why am I doing that? There's no entity. Okay. What entity is it? Save data. Okay, I got it. I got it. I wrapped my head around it. Okay, so why is... The real question is, why is this function being called in the first place? What are you doing? If there's no serialized data, we should return. Or... Okay. Constantly equals entity data. Save data. Well, this is what I'm curious about. What even is... What's in save data? Okay, so when we save this, what are we saving? It's just a bunch of empty objects. Nothing should have a save component. Nothing should have a save component. So when I save, it should be making an empty file. Oh. Entry equals entity.save, else console.log. And then we need to add it to save data. Thought we did this already. E-N-T-E-R-Y. Entry. Not here. Okay, so it was pushing the save data even if there was nothing to save. That was the problem. Now, if I save and I load, bad things will happen. Okay, well that's fun. What are we going off on now? This entity is not iterable. 116. Should be an array. That's correct. We'll get there. Slowly but surely. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, we've broken the game. In a good way. In a good way. We can still make a new game. Sorta, kinda. Alright, I'm excited. It works. By doing nothing, it works. Now, the next step is to do this before we move on. So when we save an entity, entry equals a new object. Equals alright. So now we've saved the unique ID as the ID. Good. Now when we serialize the data for any connections, we just have to make sure that we save the ID in it instead of the entity in it. And then we'll be able to link it all back together when we come back around the other way from the other side. Before we push them all back into the game. Okay. So let's go back over here now to the... Okay, that's done. So we can update the restart function. That's in game, which is in engine. This is our new mascot. Not really. This is Garfield. He likes to interrupt me. Sit on my lap. Type for me. He's a kitten. What do you expect? Add entity, remove entity, add system, add graphics, clear level, clear level. Okay. So currently we delete anything that has specific things. I'm thinking perhaps it would be better if we delete everything that has a specific tag. And I think all the things that you load and save. So if it has a save component, we're going to delete it. That just made that code a lot simpler. And I don't have to go update it every time I want to add a new type of a new entity or entity type to the system. So that is fantastic. Functional. Simple. So now I have to do two things. When I make a component, when I make an entity, if I want it to be saved, I add it to the load, or I add a save component to it. That means it has to also have a save function defined, and it has to have a then we have to register it a generator function for it. Oh. So that is that is that. Next steps. Are there next steps for tonight? Or am I about to be done? The clear level, I think that's all we need to do for clear level. Now we need to update the restart function. The restart function was in here somewhere near the bottom. Load, clear level, and then load. There's restart. So clear level, new slim, game.addEntity slim, sprayer.reset, cedar.reset, reset. Okay. So now comes the fun part where I start adding these components. Okay, so what I'm thinking about now, what I'm thinking about doing is integrating this load save more tightly into the engine, because it kind of has to be coupled tightly to the engine anyway. And when I add an entity, it'll check for the save component, and then it can register it for loading and unloading. But even that doesn't work, because there might be entities that haven't been ever loaded yet. So we have to register, all our potential entities have to be registered with the system, or entity types. Yeah, so that has to be a separate thing altogether. Okay, so that's going to be that. Let's make a prototype save and load feature. So we'll make it so that we can, so Slim up here has a save component, and then we'll make it so we can save him and load him. All right, so Slim is up here somewhere. One light glares, just a little too much. Can't quite see what I normally see. I need to put a shield right there to block it from the screen. Slim is there. He is. Okay, so we're gonna say we're adding a component, and it is going to be a new save component. And then here we just add a save function. Serialize function. And so this will save, what do we want to save from Slim? We put that all in the load save. Cow, poop, corn, Slim. Slim gets a lot of things saved. Well, we have to say this is an object.
entry because I'm lazy equals new object. Dot name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now in theory, this will save everything except for, and we need to return the entry. Oh, I hit caps lock. Okay, so now it should save it, and then we need a constructor function that rebuilds it based off of this. So we'll call it deserialize, and this will take an object to save data, and we'll go down here to the old load function. Okay. Just because I'm being lazy, and that's what it was named before. So this should fix everything except for the way the tractors are. So now I should be able to save and, well, I didn't register the thing. Hold on. So now we got to say return entry. We got one more thing to do. What's it called? Dot register. Such a stupid long name. Why did I? Entity constructor. Constructor slim and deserialize. Okay. Now, see what kind of nonsense we made. Save component is not defined. Summary for 331. Well, we haven't actually imported it from save load, load save, save load, load save load, save. ALE save load, comma, save component. Okay, and let's go over here to save load. Make sure we actually call that the right thing. Save component. Yeah. All right, we're good. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Does it work? Entity constructors is not defined. What entity constructors? 21. I don't even know what that's trying to say. 21. Register entity constructor, entity constructors. That's what it's trying to say. Edis dot entity constructors. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Reference error entity entry is not defined. Save load 31. Save load 31. Entry. Oh. Entry ID equals entity. If entity dot serialize. Yeah, typing faster than I can type. That gets me every time. It has save component but no save function defined. First of all, let's fix that. Second of all, I'm pretty sure I don't know how to spell. And one last time. Save. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. The error message is roll. Entity.save is not a function. Save load line 33. I thought I fixed all that. 33. Okay. I'm so confused. Thought I... Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. Sorry. And here we go. Here we go again. And there goes the red waterfall of terror. Entity is not defined. Line 337. Serialize. Oh, I gotta say this. And entry slam entity dot. Yeah, that's defined there because I'm a horrible person. I did things that just made me cry. I just named it to match the existing thing instead of fixing it all to make sense with logic. This dot efficiency is undefined 341. That is true. We don't use this anymore. So let's get that out of there. Stop. We got assignment to const entry. Save load 33 again. Const entry 33. Entry. Okay. Well, it's easy enough. Maybe not ideal, but it's good enough. Alright. Did he finally succeed? Oh, so we succeeded at the input side of it. And the output side, or loading, is not a success. No constructor registered for entity type. Is that what all these say? Are we loading a million? It looks like we're loading a million entities again. What did I do wrong? If entity has component save, let TID. Okay. Not pushing the save data anywhere except there, right? There's only one thing that has a save component. So why are we getting a bunch of... We'll run through it again, just in case there's some like weird... Sometimes something doesn't load right. You get weird errors when you just made changes. Nope. Okay. Line 84. Let's hit it again. Structure is undefined. Save data is an object named Slim. Constructor equals this dot entity constructors dot save data. Data is an object. Oh, we want to type. We want to get the name, not the type. Okay, so line 84. That should say name, not type. Don't see any others. Probably missed something. I usually do. Okay, what have we got here? Create entity from save data, load. Save data.args is undefined because I didn't really do that like I'm supposed to. Save data.args, line 68. Oh. Yeah, I should do it that way. Alright, I got like 4 minutes. Do I want to change this or just make a note and wrap up? I think we're just going to make a note here and wrap up. Modify the save so the save and system are not structures. Close enough. I'll figure it out from there. Well, thanks for watching. It's been good having you. Yeah. I'll catch you next time, I suppose. Maybe tomorrow night, maybe later. We'll see. Anyway, it's been fun. I'll catch you another day. And bye.